I haven't done one of these for so long. Right, they're just telling people that we're on. I mean, the thing is, I haven't done this for so long, I don't know if anybody would be like, oh, Paul hasn't done a live in ages. All right, so we're just going to jump into this. Hi, everyone. I'm here with my good friend, Tashi Mannox. Tashi Mannox.
Hello.
So for those of you who don't know, Tashi is one of the world's most influential Tibetan calligraphers. His research into Tibetan calligraphy and its scripts and the formality of its scripts is really quite important. So Tashi's here because he is writing a book on Uchen, which is the classical script of Tibetan. And last year, he asked me if I would put the English translations onto the texts that he has written out and drawn. So what we're going to do in this live is we're going to walk you through what we're working on. You're going to see Tashi's original work, and you'll see some of the work that I have opted, some of the scripts that I have opted to use for the specific translations to match the scripts. So we'll start with what we thought was going to be the most complex one. So I'm going to hand Tim the phone and he will manage this for us. There you go. Go on, Tashi, talk.
So I have here what this is. I'll explain what this is. This is a Pangram. It's a praise to the originator of Tibetan calligraphy, Tomi Sambuddha. And my friend, who's an Tibetan English translator, has very skillfully translated it into English as an English Pangram as well. So we've got a Tibetan Pangram and an English Pangram, which is incredibly skillful to do. And so what Paul is going to do is add on to my artwork here the English translation. Lowell Cook, I should mention his name. Lowell Cook.
So one of the things we had to do was to look at the Tibetan and to try and find a script, a Western script, that would work with it. So I suggested my upright copperplate, which I call Judy script after my mum. And Tim suggested we do it in a colour like this vermilion. Now, the script is going to sit in the middle here, which allows it to, as you can see, it will overlap some of the vowels. So these are the vowels here. And then it will add a little bit of life. So a little bit of the reason why I opted for this was because we had thought it would work with italic, but I felt that because of the broad edge and working with both the italic and the Uchen script, that when they crossed over the lines would be too heavy. So I thought using a pointed flexible metal nib would work, but not copperplate, because copperplate is at an angle and this is quite upright. And so we opted for this script, and you can just about see what it'll look like where it overlaps a little bit. So actually we can put this here so you can see just there in the background. You can see that script and its overlapping capacity. So this was the one Tashi thought would be the most difficult.
Yes, I did.
But so I'll walk you through the other scripts with Tashi. So we'll take these.
Yes.
Let's do these ones first. So these are...
Well, these are drafts, really. These are drafts in Lansa and Vatu Sanskrit, and then the Tibetan phonetics of the Sanskrit, and then the Tibetan English down below. So you have this geographical and historical migration through these languages. And then we will add the English translation. Paul will add the English translation below of these.
So we just opted for some small caps to go here and here and here, just to balance the script off. These two are by far the simplest ones to do.
Do you want the most complex?
No, we'll do this one next.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So this is not Uchen. This is a cursive script, a Tibetan script called Ume. Me means it doesn't have a head. It's much more rounded. So to choose English script suitable for that, we've chosen what Paul will explain.
So, of course, this is the translation here. So you can see that the English picks up a lot more space. So we started with a very low X height for the majuscules, for the ascenders and descenders, to see if this would work. And I just didn't feel it was working with the script. I looked at the script again. Now, the thing is, I looked at the script here, but I was building the structure of the practice over there on my desk. So eventually I took a photograph of it and I put it in front of me so that I was able to look at the script. So I thought, well, maybe some foundational hand would work. I tried some caps, and in the end, by looking at the script, I felt this 18th century English writing master script called square text would work, because it has, in essence, it has characteristics of the Ume script. So, if you look at these kinds of curves, as well as long, elongated verticals with little tendrils, you can see how this F matches up against this
Ga.
And this script also has quite a lot of flourishes. So I tried a flourished letter, but it didn't work because, of course, you don't really find flourishes in Tibetan, even though I've tried some.
No, it's not a tradition to flourish Tibetan.
So then, I now have to rule up, and then I have to write the text out, and we're still working out whether or not it'll be in black, or if it'll have some color, or if it'll be a mixture of the two. So this is going to go back over here. Let's do this next. So this is so beautiful. So Tashi's done these celestial beings with the alphabet strung up like celebration banners, which is just great.
So we have, this is 4 lines. It's the essence, you could say, the essence of the Buddha's teaching, to go below each of these written in the classical Uchen. And it says in English to avoid all wrongdoing, to engage in all virtuous actions, and to tame your own mind. This is the teaching of Buddha.
So we thought, because of how this is divided by a river, that the text would be justified around the river. Now, because it has really strong headers, I immediately thought textualis would work for it. So that's what I tested. Now I thought, okay, let's try it at a smaller height. But because of the cursivity of these vowels and these descending strokes, I thought maybe the rigidity of the header needed some cursivity of another script, and so I thought fracture would work better. And you can see the fracture. That's quite good. So let's put this here. You can see the script through the sheet of paper, and this really connects with it. This doesn't. So it's quite interesting to see how Western historical scripts bond themselves or resonate with some Tibetan scripts. Now, of course, there has to be a piece that is going to cause an immense amount of problems. So Tashi originally did this like this big.
Yeah. very big. Yes, this one has taken me many weeks of work, really. There's a lot of, as you see, there's a lot of detailed in this main character. And then this is the explanation for this. There's no time to explain exactly the meaning of this. You need to buy the book in the future to read the translation that we're going to put. But it's very sacred and very powerful of this seed syllable with this explanation relating to, I'll say this much, it relates to the 5 Buddha families and the 5 wisdoms that's represented by these different colours.
So, of course, I saw this and I thought, where am I going to write? Because, of course, again, because Tibetan is so much more succinct than English is, we have a ton more verbiage to match that translation, which means the text has to be written smaller. And the only thing that I could see that would work here is my small caps, because they can be written quite small and they're quite bold to go against the boldness of the Uchen Script. And there is a lot of text to write. So the tightest bit of text is actually in one of the tightest areas, which is here, which will have 2 lines of text. I think that would work really well because these lines are quite close together. So to have the English quite close together will also give it a really good resonance with the Tibetan script. And those are the scripts that we've chosen for these really amazing pieces. Let's hold this up. I think. What? That's so beautiful. Wow, Tashi, that is. I'm so thrilled to be writing on this. Thank you so much.
Well, likewise, I'm thrilled to have Paul Antonio's beautiful calligraphy on this. Perhaps it's perhaps we're making a little bit of history here. I dare say.
So, let me grab the phone from Tim because there might be some questions that people would have had. Let's just flip this around. Yay. Okay. Let's see. Are there any questions?
People are just watching.
All right.
It's so fantastic.
So if you have any questions, just pop them in the comments and Tashi and I will endeavour to answer them. No questions so far. No questions? Excellent. Right. Well, thank you for staying on and for watching with us. We need to go because I need to start ruling up these. We need to discuss colours. And we'll be making some videos over the next couple of days and we'll keep posting them so you see what's happening. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us and have a great evening, afternoon, evening or day where you are. Thank you.